Welcome back. All right, so some news of the day for all you fine people on the internet. News update from the news I had this morning, of course, for your Thursday, October the 19th. Starting with the alarming part of the news, Topi Roney, a prospect of the Calgary Flames, draft pick of theirs, is facing rape charges. We're talking legal, police rape charges. So he is withdrawn from team activities. We'll see what comes out of this. But that's the story so far, and again, we'll see what happens from here. The waiver wire is relatively busy today, considering it's been quiet since the bonkers before the season started period. But MacEwen has been waived by the Ottawa Senators. Zach MacEwen, useful fourth liner for what he does. But if you're looking at advanced stats and if you're looking at wins above replacement, that whole WAR rating, not great with MacEwen, but that's not really his game. Jansen Harkins has been waived by Pittsburgh. I'm mildly surprised, although after last night's game for Pittsburgh, changes need to be made. I would imagine Kyle Dubas watching that game wouldn't have been very happy. We'll see if Harkins clears. Of course, if Harkins ends up back in Winnipeg and if nobody else puts in a claim, the Jets could then just send Harkins right down to Manitoba, or they could use Harkins. Remember, they're without Velarde now. So we'll see whether or not Harkins clears waivers. Also, Plasek has cleared waivers for Pittsburgh, so he's a free agent, free to sign wherever he would like. Letang was not at practice today for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He was hurt last night, so we'll see whether or not he is going to be in the lineup for the next game. They also lost to Chari during that game last night. So it was a rough night for Pittsburgh, and maybe this is a case of Dubas realizing he's got to make some changes already. We're only 4 games into the season, but as I've said, if a GM needs to make changes, the earlier you make them, the better, because once you get 10, 15 games into the season, you can already be looking at a season that could potentially be lost. Simek has been waived by the San Jose Sharks. I think the cap hit is going to keep anybody from picking him up, but honestly, Simek, I think, is a good defenseman. And I think outside of San Jose, I think there's some potential there. So whatever happens with Simek, we'll see. But again, I would think that with the cap hit that he has, he probably clears, although there's a couple of teams with some cap space that might think he would be a little bit of an upgrade on the blue line. We'll see. We'll see whether or not he ends up in Anaheim as one that I would think, and maybe Chicago being another. But we'll see. Jamie Drysdale for the Ducks, he's day-to-day. It's a lower body injury for him. So again, if the Ducks decide, well, we can put Simek in that spot, if Drysdale's going to be out for a while, that's always a possibility. But when it's day-to-day, it shouldn't be that long. Drysdale, of course, just signed his bridge deal not too long ago. He does not want to be missing any time right now. Nate Schmidt is going to be a healthy scratch tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. It's too bad. He's a former Golden Knight himself, of course. Brossoit will be starting tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. So big night for Brossoit against his former teammates. And if you're a Vegas fan, it's a big night for you as well because Alec Martinez returns to the lineup, which is good because at 4-0, well, Vegas just got better. So at any rate, we'll see how things go in that game tonight. And again, we'll probably end up talking about attendance if it's still low. I know that Jets fans are not going to be all that enthused to hear about attendance, but listening to other speakers about this, Darren Dreger talking about it and saying that, Jets ownership not really keen on losing money in that market. So that is part of the picture when we talk about which teams are, in trouble and which ones might be in trouble. It really does. It starts with the owners, and if the owners aren't happy, their option obviously would be to sell. But again, that's putting things it's definitely putting the cart before the horse. But we'll see what happens there. It's an interesting story. Of course, I would like to see the Jets rally and have, a really strong showing this year and enter the playoffs as one of the top 3 teams in the Central. But hey, we'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.